We're starting a new series on News 8 at 4. It's called Money Talk Mondays. And with only about a month left to file your taxes, we're tackling the tax return this afternoon. Given the recent changes to the tax law, there's a lot to look out for that you might not be aware of. So joining us now is Holly Signorelli, a CPA and wealth strategist. Thank you so much for joining us, Holly.
Absolutely.
So let's start off generally speaking. How much more can people actually expect to save this year?
Well, to begin with, the tax reform is really for 2018.
Okay.
So a lot of it, anything that applies to 2017 is about real estate investors.
Real estate,
and,
okay.
And so we won't get into that and confuse everybody right now. But what I've found so far on the tax returns that I've been doing is I can take the numbers that they're using this year for 2017, and then I can apply the new rates for 2018. And I've seen that there's been a difference between somewhere between $1,500 and $5,000 in savings for next year.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about exemptions and credits. What should people really be aware of when we're talking about those 2 points?
Yeah, there's 2 points to that. One of the things that are the biggest thing about the tax reform for 2018 is to make it easy for just the average person.
Okay.
You know, not for businesses, that's a little bit more complicated. But basically, a lot of people are not really understanding what it is and how simple it is. But basically right now for 2017, each person, so husband, wife, kids, everybody would get like $4,050. So let's say that you have a family of 4, okay? So that would be a deduction of $16,200.
Okay.
But that is no longer for 2018. But instead, what they're doing is for any kid that's under 17, there's actually a $2,000 credit. Now, a credit is very different than a deduction because a deduction is based on whatever your rate is, okay? But the $2,000 for the credits for the kid is actually $2,000 off of your taxes. So what they've done is take an algorithm to make it simple so that you don't have to go through all of these extra places on the tax return. But there's just one thing. If you have kids that are with you still and they're in college and they're over 17, you're not going to get that exemption and you're not going to get the $2,000. So there's a part of the population that is going to actually have a little bit of an increase like that.
Okay, and I'm sure there are a lot of people at home, their heads probably spinning right now. So Holly, best way to sort of tackle this as far as resources, maybe websites, where can people go to sort of get a better understanding of what's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of resources. I mean, if you just Google the tax reform, then you're going to get all kinds of places, and some of them will be right and some of them wrong. I would go to probably Forbes or something like that that has a good reputation. I do a lot of live feeds on social media about this stuff to cover those kind of things and answer questions as well. All right. Yeah.
And so make sure to handle the experts too, or consult with the experts,
definitely.
those who are well versed in this. Holly Signorelli, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. When we come back, we're talking about the weather.